Hi, good afternoon everyone. My name is Ram Dhameja. Welcome to my channel. Today is 13th of February and today is Nifty expiry. It was a okay day. There was a lot of movement in Nifty within a range. The premiums were also not very high and it turned out to be a okay day. I did not make money today, which is okay. But otherwise, the expiry was not as violent as we have seen some recent expiries play out. But having said that, it was an okay day. I think the bigger news is that we seem to have find some sort of a bottom at 22,780. Now we have to see whether that bottom holds or not, because we bounced back from that level yesterday when it was looking like all is lost. But we bounced back, and yesterday was a very rough day for the markets because it was all over the place. It went down, it came up, and so on. So today was less of a movement day, more of a consolidation day. But within that movement also there was some wild movements, especially on the options side, because the premiums are not very high for Nifty. We opened at I think about 130 odd, which was hardly anything considering that the first down candle actually took away all the stop losses. So it was a very normal day, I would say, in any expiry, and not too much money was there in any case to make anything out of it. So February, which had started on a great note for the first 7-8 trading days, then after for the last 3-4 days has become slightly rough. But having said that, as I have said before, that if you are well diversified and we are not only trading in 0 DT, the other options did very well today. Like Banknifty has given good money, and Nifty next week has given good money. And so if your options book is fairly diversified, then there is nothing to worry about the 0 DT part. But anyways, I will discuss all those things in detail. The bigger point is that a lot of these small cap, mid cap, momentum, alpha, all these indices which were terribly broken down yesterday in the first half actually have seemed to have stabilized, because intraday yesterday itself they recovered by almost 3 to 4%, and today we are seeing that they are again consolidating and building on those gains, some of these indices. So that's good news. And now coming to the markets, I will take you through how the markets was, how the day went, and so on, and how the charts have behaved, and what can we expect going ahead into this week. So I will take you through all those, and as you can see over here, this is the Nifty chart for 3 minutes. We opened somewhere over here. Yeah, where are we? Yeah, somewhere over here at about 23,000. And immediately this down candle that I was talking to you about was enough to take out all the puts in the system. And then came the wild up move right up to 23,234. So any calls that were there in the system got also taken out. And then this again big fall. So it was not very peaceful also, as I have said. That's why especially for option sellers, it was not a very easy day for Nifty expiry, considering that if you have 130 points in the opening straddle and within the first 10 minutes you move 130 points, then how are you going to make any money? And after that, you can see this is almost 500 point kind of a movement up and down if you count all these movements. So but the bigger picture, as I was saying you, is this. Now if you see, the last bottom was made around 27th of January, right? And from there we actually did a 1,000 point rally right up till 23,800. From there we again fell 1,000 points, right? Then this bottom was made yesterday at 12th of February, and from there we are trying to find our way back. Now if we are able to go up, and if we reverse from, let's say, 23,300, 400, and then we go, then I'm sure this bottom is not going to hold. Then 22,780 is not going to hold, and we are going to go down. But if we are able to break this trend line, as you can see, this blue line, and if we go higher, then the first step would be this 23,799, which is 23,800 will be the first step, and the next one will be 24,200. So these are going to be the next logical targets for Nifty if we are able to move above this blue trend line. This is what I'm hoping for, that this happens. And if this happens, then we are going to find some stability. But as I said, we can only think that there is any sort of uptrend if we break this 24,200. Otherwise, this market doesn't have any strength left in it. The price movement that happened yesterday gave some confidence that it looks slightly better, and let's see if it plays out. How has the market been today? If you look at the sectoral indices, pharma was leading, metal was also in green, and public sector, enterprise, media, financial services are all in green. What were the major losers today? IT, FMCG, MNC, small cap, all have lost some ground today. But it was a range day, it was a flat day for Nifty. We'll be closing almost flat from where we opened. So it was not a very high movement day. But let us look at where we are in terms of the indices from their all-time highs. So Nifty has fallen the least at almost 7.6%. Banking is less than 10, private banks less than 10, IT is around 10, Nifty is at 12.34. Mid cap is now 16 and a half, and small cap is close to 20%. This had gone to 21% in that fall that I was talking to you about. Nifty next is minus 21%. Alpha is about 27%. This had gone to about 30% yesterday. And public sector, enterprise, and real estate are at the bottom of the table. So this is how the fall from these levels look like, and I'm going to talk about how to utilize this fall once we go ahead, how you can look at your portfolio construction, etc. And how you should not never let a bear market go waste. But I'm going to talk about that a little later. Now let us look at what the Qs are looking like for the week going ahead. The Qs are all fine. They have been fine for a very long time. Like Nasdaq is up. Nasdaq futures are also up. There is nothing in dollar index 100. It's below 108, which is behaving well. Oil is below 75, which is good for us, and hence maybe that might give us certain strength in the market to go up. USD INR is behaving well after RBI's intervention. It's now below 87, and gold is at an all-time high of 29.15. So all the international Qs are looking fine. Now coming to how the Nifty is looking going ahead, as I've already talked to you about that. Two levels are supposed to be seen: 22,780 on the downside and 23,600 odd, which is the budget high, if I'm not mistaken. These are the two levels that we need to watch out for. A breakout or breakdown below these two levels is going to give us significant move. So if we are going to break out about 23,600, then you can expect 24,200. If we are going to break down below 22,780, then all bets are off. then we are looking at a much steeper correction. And honestly speaking, there is no particular trigger except for the fact that our earnings have completely slowed down in the market, and hence our market multiples are correcting. That is one aspect of it. But still, the inflows are pretty robust on the domestic front. The outflows on FII front are extremely high. So that causes additional pressure on the markets. But as long as our inflows are in place, I think we should be able to withstand it. But having said that, small and mid caps still haven't corrected that much. So maybe, there is some more leeway over there for them getting corrected. But as I was saying that one should never waste a bear market. And, if you are not utilizing this bear market to clean up your portfolio, to add to your investments in mutual funds and indexes and ETFs, then you're missing out, because you don't find these kind of corrections every day. And when these kind of corrections come, you should ensure that the correction that you've been waiting for, you utilize that.